Hello and welcome. I'm Lauren Darr, founder of the International Association of Pet Fashion Professionals. Now, I know that the summit right now says that there will be an interview of me in preparation for the summit so that people will get a little bit about my background and understand my why for creating the association. And we had all of that planned in good working order, and I had a great person that had volunteered to interview me. But as things will happen, life does get in the way. So I actually decided that since I've been in the emergency room several times in the past few days with my husband, who unfortunately has had the excruciating experience of a huge kidney stone and had to have surgery, I decided that it was best for me to just sit down in my comfy chair here in my office, not have the interview because I didn't want to impose on the person's time, and basically just have a heart-to-heart conversation and tell you my why with the association and give you a little bit of background on me. So you're probably thinking, who is Lauren in the first place? So I am a pet lover just like you, and that passion is what is fueling my want for creating and establishing the International Association of Pet Fashion Professionals. I was born and raised in the Midwest in Indiana. I have lived in towns where there are more cows than there are people. And my family right now consists of my husband, Brad, who is a geneticist. He's a medical director of genetics in the Chicago area, and he specializes in bone and connective tissue disorders. And we have a daughter who is 19 and going to school to study radiology. And we have an 11-year-old rambunctious son who sometimes you hear in the background of videos when I do them. Because I virtual school him at home. He goes to school online, and he's 11 years old, and intends to be a NASCAR driver when he gets older, and actually has a pretty decent shot at it because he is a go-kart racer presently. I've lived in Ohio, in Cincinnati, and that's where I met my husband. And this past year we moved to Chicago for a position for him, and it seemed like all of a sudden this dream that I had for years, I started meeting a lot of people in the Chicago area in the pet industry, and the sun, the moon, and the stars all seemed to align. Because growing up I always have had pets. I've had, from my very first cat that I did not name very well, beautiful black cat with green eyes, I named it Kitty Cat Darr. Now, if you're hearing some squawking in the background, that's my bird KO, a blue and gold macaw. I've had other cats. The one pet that I had that really started fueling my passion for pet fashion was my first pug, because that's really, I think, the only type of dog I've ever had. It was White Pines Tootie. Tootie was a dog that was taken to a vet by a breeder who did not have any more use for her. She was one of those puppy mill dogs, and we didn't really, I don't think we really had that term at the time, but left her there. Didn't even pick her up after dropping her off to have her fixed, and my aunt worked in the vet office, and so I went and met Tootie for the first time when my aunt took her home for the weekend because they didn't board the pets there at the vet's office. And there was no way I was not going home without that dog. She just kind of crawled up into my lap, and that was it. It was love at first sight. That dog let me dress her. I didn't even have dolls. I had my dog. I put clippy earrings on her, and I would even put lipstick on her when I would take it from my grandmother's. So, in fact, that's going to be the name of a book that I come out with next year to talk about Tootie. And I'm going to title it Lipstick on a Pug. So that's a little bit about me and my pets. We currently have a pug named Bella and the blue and gold macaw bird that you may have heard in the background squawking, Ko. That's my family. My professional background is mainly marketing. I've done a lot of marketing in the broadcast industry for companies that build software and hardware that make cable companies, radio and television stations run. I've worked in a startup, corporation, and since 2004 I've done marketing consulting with my own business. And I have degrees from Franklin College of Indiana in journalism, Spanish and PR. I currently am attending FIT in their pet fashion certification program out of New York City, so that sometimes is a difficult commute. And I also have been publishing for a while, both for my husband and myself, and our publishing imprint is Left Paw Press, which actually will be coming out with our first Pet Fashion Almanac the end of August this year. I've been a member of the Dog Writers Association of America for several years, so I've been involved in the industry, kind of in the periphery, and the association is a different way for me to kind of step up to the plate and do something that has been a dream of mine for many years, because it's been around since 2008 that I really came up with the idea of the association. Thought about it a little bit before attending Pet Fashion Week around that time, and then once I went to Pet Fashion Week and saw that there really wasn't an association specifically for pet fashion, because there really are some specific nuances to pet fashion that would benefit from an association. I felt that it was a real void in the industry, and I've been thinking about it, since 2008, 2009, but had many things to do in the meantime, like getting my daughter through high school and learning my way around virtual schooling my son, and then we had the move last year. And finally things have kind of aligned to the point where I feel like technology has upgraded to the point that it would make it easier to have an association, because this one will be based primarily online.